What's going on, peeps? My name is Simon, and you're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. Kind of had a week or so to process, and just a couple of days after the funeral, of course, you know of Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, humanitarian. You know all of his accomplishments, Olympic champion, Olympic gold medalist. But just a couple of observations that I had concerning the death and the funeral of Muhammad Ali. Fox News had the reading from the Quran on their channel, and that had me during like mainstream prime time. It like tells you how big dude is, because you know Fox News don't miss a chance to downgrade or denigrate Muslim people, Islam. So the fact that I'm surprised they didn't try to bleep out or try to cut to another reporter at the time. So it was like, that shows you how big a deal this was. And I like the fact that the athletic accomplishments were downplayed. And during the memorial service, the public memorial service in Louisville, and you know, the man, the father, the friend, you know, those were the aspects that were mentioned the most. And you know, his greatest opponents were outside of the ring. Again, war, poverty, you know, black folks feeling inferior about themselves. And you know, another thing I observed that I didn't know Billy Crystal and Muhammad Ali, you know, I know they did different charity things together, but I didn't know they had this deep friendship. And there was a lot of talk about transcending race or whatever, transcending religion. But I know where people were going with it, because like when I see Billy Crystal and Muhammad Ali together, you know, I don't see a Muslim man and a Jewish man. I just see a boxer, and I see a comedian, and two people that are legends in their respective fields. You know, like you had Christian people, you had Jewish people, you had Muslim people together, united to help a family, to help a city grieve and celebrate humanity and humanitarian. So it's like, we should do that like all the time. It shouldn't take an icon to pass away for that to happen. Like, this is something we can do to make our country better. From this point forward, pool our collective talent together to get, you know, things that are wrong with our world, things that are wrong with our country together. But you know, just realizing that, you know, we're not invincible, and you know, our physical forms will decline with time, you know, obviously with the Parkinson's and advanced age, but the spirit he had, that's what's going to endure, and that's what we should do. You know, our physical forms will decline, but what we do as far as service, that's what's going to extend past our lifetimes on this planet. And people always say, like, why don't the athletes stand for social issues, the social justice, the way Muhammad Ali did? But it's like, what are you doing with your platform? You know, there's a young child that could be mentored, a young lady or a young man who could be mentored. You know, the whole reason he is where he's at because one of the police officers saw that he was going to fight somebody, and he saw that he had size and strength and speed. It's like, put that aggression into some physical activity. It's like, we can do that every day. What are you doing with your platform, your online presence? If you have a YouTube channel, you know, think about, you know, someone, a colleague at your job, you know, somebody coming up. What are you doing to help them advance their career so they can take what you did and amplify it? And I think he was kind of ahead of his time. You know, he was doing promos long before Hulk Hogan and The Rock and John Cena, you know. And he was trolling before trolling was a thing. Like, he would just talk so much smack and get inside their head. Like, that was sort of like the mental game that Ali had, and a lot of people just kind of skip. You know, I came up, you know, like squarely in the Tyson era when he was that dude, and I was like, I'm glad my parents educated me on who he was, because, you know, you just see Ali in the room just getting hit in the corner, but he was just absorbing the ring. Like, the the ring was absorbing the blows. So when the later rounds would come, he would be the one fresh and recharged. You know, the whole the rope-a-dope strategy. And I just, you know, looking at the various articles online, I saw where Muhammad Ali had talked a guy down from suicide, and that's one of the things that don't really get mentioned a whole lot. You know, we always talk about the Liston fight, we always talk about the Foreman fight, you know, talk about the losing, you know, not enlisting in the military is kind of what cost him. But this story about him taking time out of his day, you know, to talk a man down from suicide, that was it's one of those great stories that I think which would get mentioned more often. So what was your favorite moment from the life? What was your favorite moment or memory, most memorable moment from the memorial service for Muhammad Ali? Put it in the comments down below. You know, and to the end, just remember, be like Muhammad Ali, stand in your truth, because you will lose your mind trying to change for people, trying to please people. He went from hero to villain, back to hero. So just tell me what you think. Thumbs up this video, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.